What's going on? It's about that time of year. I'm sure you guys are probably transplanting all kinds of stuff into larger containers, right? Bringing stuff from little grow cells like that into maybe something like a solo cup. That's what I transplant into, solo cups. I've got lots. So basically, super simple. Make sure you have drainage holes, right? You can melt holes in, you can burn holes in, you can use something like a knife to just punch some triangles in, gouge some holes in the bottom. I've also used an ice pick to put those holes in. And the nice thing about doing it with something long and very thin and pointed like an ice pick is you can take like 6 cups in a row and just punch that ice pick. Put a box or a piece of wood or something underneath it that you can push the tip into. And then you basically just come and instead of putting the ice pick straight down, you can't really do that because you'll punch it out the side. Just angle the pick on a bit of an angle closer towards the center, and then they'll go all through the bottom, and then you just pull your cups apart, put holes in them. So you got options. You know, ain't rocket science. So we're gonna transplant some peppers. It's about time. It's I think it's the 5th of May. I'm a little behind schedule with the plant itself, not the transplanting. That's also behind, but I'm a little behind in my plants. But I need these peppers to start spreading out their roots. What's happening now is the plants are getting big enough that they're drying out a lot faster and the plants are getting stressed because it's not just little tiny seedlings anymore, not using a whole lot of water. And the plants are ready to transplant. We've got a couple of sets of leaves on them. I haven't pulled any out of these little grow cells yet, but I'm guessing when I do, we're going to see some really nice root growth in there. That's also another thing we're looking for. So let's get started. So we are going to be transplanting some of these gorgeous little jalapeno pepper plants. So basically what we've got, we have a bucket of soil. This is the ProMix organic vegetable blend. These are Alma paprika peppers. I grow my own paprika peppers and I make my own applewood smoked paprika. So if you guys haven't seen those videos out, I might put them in the description so you guys can see the process for that. Beside me over here, I have a tote. And that tote is where we're going to put the peppers after we transplant them. So process is really simple. Fill up your cup with, give or take, half a cup of soil. Give these a little bit of a squeeze on the bottom. Here, let's start with the first corner right here. So I like to start by giving them a little bit of a squeeze with my finger, kind of loosens it all up. Give a little squeeze. I like to grab it close to the soil and just kind of squeeze and jiggle with my fingers as I pull it out. See, look, we lost the whole bottom of that. It's still stuck in there. But that's all right. Okay? Put that aside. Now we're just gonna take our half full cup. Now certain plants, guys, you guys can't even see that. Hang on. There we go. Okay, so with certain plants, you can bury the stem, like tomatoes. With certain plants, you cannot bury the stem. So when you're planting your peppers, don't bury it deeper than the top of the soil on your soil plug. Okay, so basically, depending on how much soil you want in your cups, how big of a root mass you want. See, this one's a little small. All we're gonna do is I'm just gonna put it in. Pack soil around the sides. pack it down a little bit, and plant it, and knock the soil off the top. And that's it. One beautiful little pepper plant. And then we're just going to water them when they're all done. Grab one of these, grab another pepper. Sometimes you might find it's also helpful to have something to help slide down inside the sides of your cells, like a little butter knife to loosen it up. See, so this one's a little bit longer. So all we do, make a little divot inside there with your fingers. Slide that down inside. And once you get into the swing of this, it goes pretty fast. There's not a lot of messing around. Basically, that's it. And give everything a water. And I don't like to fill these cups right up to the top, because if you do, when you water it, you won't be able to get the water in here that you need, because there won't be enough space from the top of your soil to the top of the cup. Some soils will shrink when you put the water onto them for the first time, especially if it's a peat-based soil. So it depends also on your soil, how high you're going to fill these. So, into the bucket. So when all these are done, when this tray is done, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take some plant labels, and I'll just label this whole tray when we're done. So when I do transplanting, I don't do each individual plant at a time. I will, for example, I will do all of them into cups, then all of them get labeled, then all of them get watered. It's just a much more efficient process. So I'm just going to knock out the rest of these peppers, and we're just going to move forward with our day. So grow good food, just like this. Feed your family. Be ungovernable. And I'll see you on the next video.